Good morning, folks. I'm back, and it's taken me a lot of thought and courage to put this whole video together. So when I actually present it, it will make sense for whoever's gonna listen to my account with mental bug rape. Yes, I believe that's what I went through. I don't believe, I know that's what I went through, and I hence want to present this whole account in a manner that anyone will be able to comprehend, I have some of my notes here that will help me with this video, and I hope I can keep it interesting enough so you can stick around till I finish telling you this whole experience that I've been through. And it was fucking terrifying. It was terrifying because I would not want anyone to go through this experience. It's just terrifying. Yeah, so I believe we are entering a crazy phase in human progress and developments on this planet, and I call this age the age of lunacy, because shit is gone to absolute dog shit, right? It's winter now here in Kenya, and we're experiencing some crazy cold just when I'm going through all this, and it's just like perfect timing. I don't know, it's even crazy to describe how crazy is anymore, right? And hence I bring this crazy account of things that have happened to me in my very recent past. And I did previously make a video on this. In case you missed that video, you'd like to watch it before you start watching this one. The link is in the comments. I am in a much better state and situation now where I believe I can actually sit and explain myself in a way people will understand. Yeah, so I have some of my notes which is gonna guide me, as I already mentioned, through the whole process. And I bring forth this event, and as confusing as it may seem, because I've not disclosed enough, wherein earlier I've only mentioned I've been attacked by a nanobug in my brain. And anyone is gonna say to that, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? And hence here I am to actually tell you that whatever I said, I'm still going by it 110%. And I am going by it because if I just experienced some ordinary sickness, I wouldn't have any reason to make such a big drama out of it, because I'm not a fucking drama queen. I speak a lot of crazy shit, and some crazy shit happened to me. That was not normal stuff. That was not a normal attack on me through an infection or a disease or anything like that. But I'm about to give you an account of my own paranormal experience wherein I was attacked through my subconscious. And this attack was so fucking bad, it totally distorted my brain. It scrambled all my signals. It blocked all my neural pathways that I've taken an eternity to build. It tried to destroy me, but I do not believe whatever was sent to me was actually sent to destroy me. It had a more ulterior motive that I think as I speak along, I'll reach to that point at some point in this whole story. Yes, so I had a paranormal experience that I'm going to tell the whole world about. And I believe that everyone should know this because we are all in serious danger, my friends. We are so much fucking danger. I might be a first part of this so-called experiment that has possibly now been run outside the lab where this experiment was built. Some kind of covert intelligence have actually just tried to tease me and harass me with something really powerful. Yeah, and the reason I'm documenting this is because I want to raise awareness. I want to send out a message to people about what I experienced and why this could be very dangerous as we all move into this crazy age of lunacy. Before I get down to the story, I would like to explain a few more things that are important about me as a person and my lifestyle, my life. A very few crucial points because these will help you understand things that I do bring up later during the main story of my encounter and experience. Yeah, as you can see, I'm already healing. My eyes are all right. My eyes are not like they were the other day. My left part of my brain is healing. It's still the most damaged. I think it faced 60% of all the load of whatever I was going through when I was going through whatever I was going through. And it took severe damage and it's still taking the most time to heal, but I am coming back dragon speed, people. I'm coming back dragon speed. I feel very strong. My brain is repairing itself at a very, very, very high capacity. And even I am quite actually astounded by that. And blessed for that. Wherever this energy is being sent to me from, I can focus again. I'm feeling good today. I felt good yesterday after many days of pain that I was adjourned through. And it's not a joke of any bullshit what happened to me. It's a very, very sad story because my brain was raped. I was raped, guys. I was literally brain raped by a bug. And it's fucking dangerous, yeah? So I'm just going to go down to the few very crucial things I want to tell you about myself as a person before I actually move on to telling you about the main story. And one part is, as you can already see, I'm healing at a good rate. My mental capacity is being restored as we speak. My cognitive presence is increasing again. It's trying to come back to optimum, if it's not at optimum right now. But I do feel my neural pathways opening up. I do feel I'm getting back access to very crucial parts of compartmentalized parts of my brain where I store information, and I totally have access to these regions. I go to different parts of my brain during different parts of the day, and I know exactly where information is stored. I have these neural pathways are also gateways to crazy dimensions I explore inside my mind as a person, where I even experience astral projection day to day, every day, and it's only improved over the tenure of my life. In the sense, I have much more control of my brain as a person. I'm an extremely hyper person. In the past, I could not control a lot of things that used to go on in my life. Now I can control. I'm extremely creative and planned out with my sequentials from day to day, and that is possible because I have a good, or rather great, control over my mind that I'm very, very proud about, because it's not something that is easy to attain. My level of creativity has been at its peak of my lifetime, I achieve a lot more of things that I could only think about and not really be able to do in my life than I am doing in my life, and I'm documenting it as I go, and I share this information with people. I share my creativity, my hobbies, and lots of other aspects of my life that come even in very controversial formats time to time, wherein I'm a fucking crazy controversy person, right? And I do provide all this information with enough proof and data. Anyways, that's one thing that I would like to tell you about myself. The thing at number 2 I would like to tell you about myself is I have been fasting for the past 80 years of my life. I have been fasting, and I do not want to go into details with that, but I've been doing hardcore fasting, wherein mostly I do not eat throughout the day, and I do mostly eat only one meal every day of my life. And mostly I eat after 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. nowadays, but most of my life was only after 6 p.m. is when I'll start eating, and I only eat till I sleep. Yep. So it's only if I start eating now at 2 or 4, I'm done eating by 8. After 8, I barely ever eat. I may have one meal, sometimes depending, I may have 2 meals, 3 meals. So I've gone out, I'm tired, I've partied, I'm out overnight, I've not slept. Is when on the rare occasion I can have a breakfast, or in the next day to rejuvenate myself I can have 2 to 3 meals, because I've not slept. But most of the time, most of my life, I'm always fasting. Number 2 is I did not take the jab. I am a jab-free person. I'm a pure blood. I did not take the coronavirus jab. Yep, I feel this is important to bring in because also it somehow will link later on to my story. Yeah. Another important thing that also that links to is the fact that I have not been sick for almost 30 years, people. I've barely been sick for the past 30 years of my life. I only got sick in 2021 December, where I caught corona. After evading corona for 2 years, I did catch the corona, and I particularly caught the Omicron. And I was sick. I was down for 2 days, mostly with back pain. Very, very, very bad back pain. Not even like a fever or a headache or anything like that. Just back pain. And I also gave this Omicron to a person after me, or rather 2 people after me, who did have the vaccine, and when they got sick, they got very sick for 2 weeks. Anyways, moving on, also to bring to account, until this experience that I've gone through, that I'm about to share, I have never experienced a headache ever in my life. I don't know what's a headache. I can't remember a headache as a kid because I might have forgotten it. But as far as my mind can recall, and I go back to my childhood until this experience that I had recently, I have never had a headache in my life. My mind generally, as I've already earlier mentioned, I've covered that, runs at a very high cognitive capacity day to day. The amount of information I am open to, and I spend time articulating my mind to different types of studies, is fucking insane. I myself look back at me as a person 10 years back from now, and I could not believe that I can be where I am, and I'm really happy for where I am. During and close to the course of this event, just so you know, for the past 3 weeks to a month, I have not consumed any drugs. I have not even been smoking weed at all. So during this event that has happened to me, that I'm talking about, I am sober as fuck, and I'm, as a matter of fact, from almost past 4 months of my life, barely taking drugs. barely taking drugs. I'm clean, and I've even been performing better in my life than ever before. And this is important to take into account, because somebody like will hear the experience and they'll be like, oh, you must be on drugs. So I'm clearing these things out of the way. So when I get into my story, you understand more, me as a person going into my story, what I'm about to tell you guys is fucking real as fuck. 25th morning, Wednesday. It was, I wake up from my sleep for the first time ever in my life. I wake up and I'm having a terrible headache. My head is throbbing like crazy. And I'm in my bed, and I'm there lying down in my bed, and I'm waking up. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, shit, man, that hurts, you know? Just tossing, turning on the bed, chill there half an hour on my bed, just like that, trying to figure out what the fuck is happening to me. Because, as I mentioned to you earlier, I've never got a headache in my life. So I don't know what's a headache. I'm a fucking headache myself. I'm a headache to people and other people. So I'm like, where the fuck am I getting a headache from, you know? I don't get headaches. So I managed to get myself out of bed, drag myself to the kitchen at some point, feeling miserable. I'm feeling miserable. I almost feel like I have a small fever, but I can't point myself to it. But my back is paining, my body is paining, my legs are paining, everything is paining. But my head is throbbing. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this going on, man? Come to my kitchen, because I'm not used to this. I don't get sick. I already gave you an account where I told you I do not fall sick. As a matter of fact, I've not even seen a doctor for all those years. And a very crucial factor I forgot to also mention is I have not taken medicines for all those years. The only time I told you I got sick is Corona, and I did get sick earlier this year as well, where again I fought it off, my sickness, without taking any medicine at all. And literally, I have not touched any medicine for 28 years or 30 years. I can't even recall the last time I must have taken a medicine because I felt sick. Even something like amoxicillin or something for a flu. Even if I have pain, like a body pain or something, I never take Panadol. I never touch medicines, my people. I don't. So I'm walking in my kitchen. I tried to make hot water. I drank some very hot water, whole mug. I dragged myself off the kitchen, walking. And then suddenly, I feel sluggish. I feel like a fucking robot slug. Wherein, when I try to take a step, I feel my whole body entering a state of extreme slowness that feels extremely unnatural. It doesn't feel like I'm even sick now. It feels like I just was moving and I got stuck. And there's a momentum and a motion that's pulling all my energy, sucking me backwards. Like it's trying to reverse me, almost like I want to look at a clock and see, are the seconds even moving anymore? That's how confused I am. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then the feeling like kind of evaporated as fast as it came. It felt like it started just going, and I moved again. And I dragged myself to my sofa in my living room. I sat myself down. My head is throbbing. And I'm still like, what the hell is going on? I couldn't take it. I dragged myself to my bed, and the whole of Wednesday literally went me sleeping. Thursday also, same thing, just sleeping. And in the bouts of sleep and waking up, when I wake up, I start to experience tremendous pain in my head, clogginess, total cloudiness. I cannot see anything in my head also. It's just pain, and I slept it through. Now I wake up on Friday morning. Wednesday goes by. Thursday goes by. Wake up on Friday. I wake up on Friday, still sick as fuck, and now I say, man, I need to reach a doctor. I need to find the fuck out what is happening to me, because whatever's happening to me, it does not feel normal. Alright, I do not get sick, so I don't know what a very sick person's experience is, but I've been around sick people all these years. And I did fall sick twice, but it was not like this. This is not feeling like I'm sick. This more feels like something is sucking the living hell out of me. And I want to know why. And I need to get some supplies, because I have no shit at home. I can't cook. I've not been eating properly for those 2 days. Because there's literally nothing at my home. I never knew I would be waking up to a sickness on Wednesday. I just tried to shove whatever the fuck I could during that time. So I wake up on Friday and I say, I have to go to town. And I live very far from any place accessible so I can get my supplies. But I need to get there because I need to get my dog supplies. I need to get things, so if I'm going to be sick, I can fucking feed myself. I can cook something at home and blah, blah, blah. So I fucking get myself out that day, go for a shower, freshen myself, sit in the car. I start driving my fucking self. And as I'm driving, I'm just in pain. My back is paining. It's paining in different places in ways I can't even understand. My head is paining, but I'm here on the road and I'm like, fucking, I have to make it to town. I have to get my dog stuff. Then I will pass this clinic that's on the way. That's a quiet clinic where you don't have fucking people waiting in a line. Should be quick. So have it figured out what I want to do in the day. Reach down, I'm like, fuck, I'm feeling miserable. I never drink coffee, but I said, let me just have a coffee today. A very mild one, yeah. I ordered coffee, and then I went to the supermarket, did my shopping. People are staring at me. The supermarket cashiers are looking at me strange. I'm like almost dying over there. Do my shopping, I go back to the car with my dog. I put the shopping, I sit in the driver's seat, and I adjust the mirror and I look at myself. And my eyes are weird. They're not so weird as the weird in the previous video which I shared, but they're looking not all right. One eye is small, the other one is big. I'm like, man, I really need to see a doctor. I need to know what's happening at this moment. So I start driving, and then halfway to my place is this clinic place. I go to the clinic. They look at me. I tell them what's going on. I tell them everything about how I'm feeling. And they're like, okay, you just sit down. Then they call me for a blood test. They do the blood test. They said, we need to find out what's up with you. We'll have the result in half an hour. You possibly maybe have malaria or something else. I'm like, So I decided, fuck, okay. I picked up some food at town on the way from a restaurant, and here I was at this place waiting, so now they need half an hour. So I said, I will go order more food from another place because I have not been eating, man. I need to fucking feed my stomach, man. At least it may help me a little bit, right? So I go to this place, I order something from them. I eat half of that food in the car, and I'm just trying to force myself to eat. The food is good apparently from this place, that's why I go there. But I'm just not feeling the vibe of the food. I'm just stuffing with myself because I just feel like I need to put that food down there. Go back to the clinic. They call me in, and they tell me I have a bacterial infection. I'm like, okay. The first thing I ask them, if I have bacterial infection, does it make somebody feel the way I'm feeling? Because I'm feeling miserable. Is there nothing else or something else? They also did do a pressure test for me. with the machine. My pressure was all right, by the way. Just perfect. There was no problem with my pressure. They said, yeah, that's what we have figured out. And they gave me a very expensive painkiller and amoxicillin. I hate medicines. They're like, you have to have this for 5 days. I'm like, okay, I'll have this for 5 days. All's good. I'm miserable. Just generally. Feeling more fucked up now than I was ever feeling before after this drive. I just want to get home. I get myself home, rest a bit, wake up in the night again, eat some food, take these meds, right? I go to sleep. And yeah, that was that. And now I'll just move on to the next part. And this next part is called, this next part of this story is called memory recall. I go to sleep, and that night I go to sleep. It's on the 27th. This is now on the 27th, yeah. I go to sleep. I wake up. After waking up, I'm still feeling just as miserable. If anything, I feel even worse. My head pain is worse. I cannot function. I cannot do anything. I'm like, these medicines were supposed to help me. They're not doing anything. Yeah. But I fucking put food down my mouth and I take the medicines in the morning. After which, I start recalling that in my sleep, while I was in my sleep, all I did all night in this dream was I was trying to fix some blocks into a wall, and this wall was a puzzle. And this is what I was experiencing the night before. This is the first night after my visit to the doctor when I slept. And this is the next day. After I wake up, I recall my dream. And in my dream, I'm trying to solve a very advanced puzzle, and these blocks of information that I'm pulling out of a wall and I'm trying to fit in another part of the wall, and I have more blocks down. Each of these blocks are like a hieroglyph, and the world that I am seeing myself in is quite a holographic world. So everything is in lights. So each of these blocks, when I put them in the wall, they light up. And they have different fucking symbols, ancient symbols. They have animals, they have patterns, they have other things. But the whole thing I kept doing all night is trying to get this puzzle right. And I am not getting it right. And I feel like all that work I was doing is really draining me even more now the next day. Because it feels like I was giving my spirit and my soul almost to be able to commit to this work, this puzzle that I was trying to solve. And this puzzle that I was trying to solve is me trying to block something from not happening. Because if I don't make it, it will happen. And that's all I remember about the dream. And it felt like it went on forever. That's another thing that I remember about it, which was very crazy. So I sat there all day, went for a walk with my dog, came back at some point much later in the late afternoon now, when I'm chilling. And here's where I get a memory recall. And this incident is what I'd like to describe to you, because I feel it now becomes a very important part of the rest of the story. So the incident goes back to 2 months ago. 2 months ago, somewhere at the start of May or the end of April, I can't remember the date. But there's a day I was standing on my porch, just having a chilled afternoon, looking out into the view, and I was literally standing, and while I was standing there, I felt a shooting pain like a bug stung me at the back. Right here. This is where I was stung. a very sensitive part. So if you run your hand down this wall, right? When you run your finger down this wall and you reach over here, I felt something pierce me. And I was like, ow! What the fuck is this? So automatically my hand reacts and I go to here and I touch it. And as I touched it, it's broad daylight. I can't see any wasp or insect flying off after biting me, or neither did I touch it, nor is it on the floor. I'm looking around. I'm like, my brain works really quick. So I'm like, fuck. If that's a wasp, I'm fucked. Because if that's a wasp, it starts gonna swell up, man. And that's a very sensitive part. So I'm like, what the hell was that? So I sat down on the chair at that point of time. And I tried to figure this out. I'm like, a bee would have stung me, it would be dead. So I would surely find it. If another insect stung me, I would see it flying away, something. But it did not feel like a small insect stung me because of the level of impact during the sting. It was like, ouch, very powerful. And then I thought of it more, and I'm like, but it didn't feel like a sting. It didn't feel like an insect stung me. I'll tell you what it felt like. It felt like I was shot by a fucking laser. But the only thing behind my head, I'm looking at the view, behind my head is my kitchen. Yeah? So, what the fuck stung me? Because it didn't feel like an actual sting. It felt like a bullet. Shoo! That's how it felt. It felt powerful, but then I even realized like I can almost feel it like it as though it has gone like 1 or 2 centimeters into my fucking skull. The funniest thing is when I touch over here, I feel no mark of a wound. Now almost 20 minutes have gone by. I'm not feeling any swelling. There is no swelling, literally like a small thing, like I can feel some bumpiness. I'm like, huh? I said, fuck it. I didn't pay attention to it. I said, if something happens, I'll come to know. I thought of it again 2 days later, and then I was like, I touched it. I did feel like maybe I still have a little bit of a swelling, but it did not feel like an insect stinging me. It felt like, and something flew into my fucking skull. I was like, the fact that I'm even remembering it 2 days later, it's quite strange. And in the course of these 2 months until what happened to me now, I have actually sat and thought about that a few times. What was that the other day? What was that? It worries me. It makes me feel like it was fucking not normal at all. Okay, coming back to the present. And I felt this was important to say. That whole Saturday, it was just fucking miserable because I even had already now taken my meds in the morning. Right? So I should feel less pain in my head. They've given me a fucking painkiller and charged me a bomb of money for it, man. It's not even like some Panadol. This is some fucking stupid hi-fi expensive shit. I'm in more pain than ever before. I took a walk again in the evening. And now I'm starting to think about this incident of the sting that occurred 2 months ago. I'm like, something is not adding up the way I feel. I don't feel like a sick person. I feel weird. I feel strange. I feel like something is inside me. I feel that. I feel like something is inside me. This is not just like any virus. Something else. I'm like, how bad does this get? And that's now the part I'm going to get to, which I call this part of this story the hologram. Saturday night, I slept off a bit on Saturday after late evening, after everything. So in the evening I slept, so I woke up now at fucking 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And again, I feel very fucked up after waking up. Like now I'm feeling even totally fucked up, more than fucked up than before. My head is aching a lot. My back paining as fuck. Forced food down my throat. You know the drill. Got the meds. I had one amoxicillin. I had one of the fucking painkillers. I said I have to pull through the course because apparently I've been told I have a bacterial infection. But I try to take care of it. But I keep thinking again. Does a bacterial infection do that to people? I don't even have the energy or power to look into my phone at this point of time to be doing no research on this whole bullshit. It's fucking crazy, whatever the fuck is going on. So, I stay awake till fucking 1 o'clock. I'm not getting sleep now in the night. Hey, I said, I have to sleep, man. I have to sleep. I have to get some sleep because this pain when I'm awake, it's too much. At least when I sleep, it subsides for a while. Finally, I did manage to go to sleep. To wake up. And I don't even know what the fuck the time is. Like somewhere like fucking 3 o'clock in the night. Or whatever the fuck. To the worst pain ever now. Imagine having pain, one thing. But going to sleep, and in my sleep, I wake up to tremendous amount of pain in my brain, where my brain is now ringing. If before it was throbbing, it was hurting, it was in ache, pain, all right. But I wake up to pain. And as I wake up to the pain, when a person would wake up to crazy amount of pain like this, I don't know. You just open your eyes probably. So when I wake up, I start seeing like this hazy image of a hologram. This is what I wake up to. My brain is still paining. It's ringing. At this point of time, I'm up and I'm also screaming. And as I'm screaming, it's like my scream also have to take breaks from me to scream so I can scream again. It's that much pain. It's like pain. It's like pain times 1,000. Right? My whole head is bursting. It's like ringing. Almost like it wants to blow into bits. And as a little bit of time passes and I start looking at this hologram, I start realizing I'm looking at the exoskeleton or vertebrae of a huge bug in front of me. Massive bug. Yeah. I can see the exoskeleton from the bottom side properly. And then I can see all the legs coming out of the side of this holographic image that I'm seeing in my mind. And that is fucking crazy. I could also describe this to you in a way like I'm seeing an X-ray of a bug. So my only imagination is like light. I'm seeing the exoskeleton light of a bug-like creature all around my entire vision, my entire peripheral, right? And this bug has 40 legs. It looks like it fucking came out of some Jurassic Park shit, man. Some ancient bug. And all the legs are running into my fucking head. 40 legs. Imagine a round, almost round like bug with a crazy exoskeleton that I can see. It's even moving. It's not still. It's moving. It's moving in my visual, in my peripheral. It's moving. And all the 40 legs are going into my brain and they're digging my fucking skull with drillers. It's literally like feeling like that. Like pulling, contracting, expanding, everything. What it's trying to literally achieve, I cannot tell you exactly, but I have a clue. I'll just get to that. And the pain is mad for me because this thing is trying to harvest or plant some shit inside my mind, yeah? And I'm screaming again now. After I realize what I'm seeing, and then I realize while I'm screaming, it hurts me even more. So I have to cool down. I have to cool down, and then I start realizing, bro, you need to cool down. You need to cool down. I can still see this thing as I'm talking to myself and as I'm telling myself this in my brain, while it's digging through the skull, my skull. And you know, this is so crazy because it doesn't feel like it's digging and it's like a centimeter deep. It feels like it is inches and might be even feet, a foot deep inside my brain. So how big is my head in this fucking crazy space that I'm inside in my brain right now, in this dimension? How big is my skull? Because I feel like this thing is a few feet inside my skull in multiple locations around this rim. You see that? Around this whole rim. Like that. And it's literally trying to fucking pull my scalp out of my fucking skull. Just like literally tear my scalp off my skull. So I cooled myself down. I said, can I breathe? I'm breathing. I'm breathing. The pain is immense, but it's no point screaming at this point because even when I start screaming, it's even more crazy. And then I say, can I feel my hands? And literally, I feel my... At this point of time, when this is happening to me, you have to realize I'm actually lying down flat on my bed like that. So I start feeling my hands and I'm like, I can move my hands. I'm in absolute full control of my hands, guys. I can move my hand. I can feel the bed. So I put myself in a sitting position. I pull myself up the bed and I put myself sitting and it feels automatically just a little more better. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening, right? And I'm touching the bed and slowly I start telling myself, I need to kill this bug. Or at least I need to make it stop doing what the fuck it's trying to doing, because this is fucking feeling like it's gonna rip me and gonna kill me. I'm gonna enter a coma or something. I don't know. But it's crazy, right? So I bring up my hand to my head and I'm like, maybe I'll be able to pull this bug off. But all this time that I'm explaining you this thing, guys, I would like you to realize my eyes are closed. This is not happening in my room. I am not seeing this bug in my room. I'm seeing this bug in my brain. And I know as a matter of fact, my eyes are closed. Not do I only know that, even when I was screaming, I could hear myself scream. I could hear myself screaming. So I'm here in the real world, but I have this fucking crazy shit going on in this other world in my brain, in this dimension, right? And I do already know this is going to be a stupid move because it's not going to work, but I want to see. So I touch my head. I can even feel my head a little bit when I touch it, but in a completely another physical sense. I still have this crazy thing going on with this bug in this world, and this world is the real world right now. And it is still digging and drilling through my brain, trying to pull and rip my skull apart. So what I do is I place my hands gently at the side of my face, yeah? I just try to feel myself, even though it's numb as fuck. I can barely feel myself, yeah? But of course, when I try to do this, it's not like I could catch the bug. So I did this. I did this to myself, and I drove energy through my hand into my mind. through the tips of my finger, I send magic, guys. It was crazy. How I thought I can do that and it can work, I will never be able to explain ever to anybody. And to myself even. But there's some power. And when I did that, I automatically in that other world started gaining consciousness of a bodily consciousness, where I did really start getting hands in that world also now. Because in that world, it was like I was some kind of a giant on the ground and I can't wake up because this bug is on my fucking face or my skull, trying to rip my skull apart, right? But I do feel myself getting empowered in this other world and my hands coming onto my skull. And then it catches the bug, right? And this is also really crazy because when this part happened, I could see the exoskeleton, but now I started seeing something appear from behind that, like a shadow, behind the exoskeleton of the bug that is in my brain. And the only vision that I have in this vision is a light. This hologram of the bug is a light, but I could see a shadow coming and holding the bug. And the bug starts making this crazy sound. That's a frequency that only existed in that world. But I could hear the sound. It's like screeching, like making some crazy sounds like a big huge bug would make, you know. And I start pulling it. And as I pull it, the pain is, it's intense. It's intense. I pull the bug, it pulls back. It's very strong. But I gather all this force while I'm touching my hand and my face and send energy from spirits in my body, everything, to my brain. I possibly even do use, at this point of time, a lot of my pineal power, the little power I had in my pineal. Yeah? And I send a signal, and eventually these hands that came to save my skull, they fucking pull all, they rip all. I can feel each of the each of the legs of the bug that were going into my skull. I could feel each of them rip like that, until I ripped the whole bug. And when I did do that, it was like in the edge of this peripheral vision that I'm having, the legs of this bug shattered. But it felt like a fucking light bulb went off. You know the old light bulbs, when they get too heated or they have a bad fluctuation in the power and then they blow? You know that thing it causes? All its legs shattered like glass. And as that happened, it slowly just went zzz, like all the lights went off, and it faded away from vision, from my dream in this world I was in, and my eyes opened and I was in my room. And as this happened and I woke up in my room, and I was like, whoa, what the hell was that? And immediately I feel my head again burst into another pain, and I just stay like that on my bed, experiencing this new wave of a crazy headache hit me. I'm like, whoa, intense pain, intense. And what's crazy is my whole head over here, this ring, you see? This ring? If you could just go around this whole ring and run your finger. It's feeling like as though, you know, I just did tattoos on my head or something. But even worse, it felt like something was inside and they were ripped out. So I'm feeling a lot of pain. I'm even touching my head. Of course, I can't feel anything here in the real world. No, I can't feel nothing. It was all inside me. It was all inside me, right? I'm like, what the holy living crap? I cool down 10 minutes later, This thing that went on inside my head, I don't even know how long that went in minutes. But over there, it felt like days and hours, fucking weeks, that pain. I say I need to wash my face, so I get up from the bed and I start walking towards the bathroom. And while I'm walking towards the bathroom, I fall on the floor because I get another bout of another wave of this crazy head pain hit me. And this time, it's even worse because my whole head is not only ringing, it's ringing and throbbing and aching. And I don't know how to explain everything at the same time. So I fall to the floor of the bathroom and I sit over there, and the ringing, I can hear every frequency in the universe. So through my ears, of course, this sound is not playing in my room, it's playing in my head, but it's so loud. I can hear people talking on a television, over a radio. I can hear birds. I can hear a plane crashing. I can hear people at war. I can hear other crazy shit. Everything together. And it hurts my head. But I do feel that was happening because of the crazy shit that I went through. My brain was ringing because of the immense amount of pain that I was just put through, and that thing through all the waves inside my brain off balance, completely off balance. So all the information in my brain was scattered because I was going through some kind of a crazy insectoid electric drilling shock. So this, I was going through this aftershock now on the floor of my fucking bathroom, and it was the most painful, miserable feeling anybody can ever feel. It's like I'm on an electric chair, but I'm not dying. I was tired. I'm in pain. I'm in agony. I'm alone. What the fuck? I finally drove my back to self to sleep. But hey, guess what? The fucking bug came back. So after all that chaos, I go back to sleep. Somewhere 1 hour later, again, I'm not looking at time now, people. I'm not looking at anything. I'm in agony. I'm in absolute agony. That is not even I can explain. But now my brain is on high alert. I have my own security system now running for me. And I realize it's fucking powerful because in my sleep, I start experiencing like I want to wake up. I'm awake. Yeah, I was sleeping, but I'm partly awake now. And while I'm partly awake in my sleep, my head is paining again. It's paining, but I don't want to open my eyes. It's because I can't open my eyes, I don't know. And in my vision again appears the same fucking bug. But in my peripheral, in this dimension, I can now see him. He's not really close, he's a bit far. So it was not like a ring and the whole exoskeleton like I could see it before. But it was at a distance in my vision. And I tell that bug, I caught you, motherfucker. You're coming to fuck me again, but I caught you. And to this, the bug was even shocked. And if you may catch someone doing something nasty and you catch them in action, and the person gets freaked, fuck, how did he catch me, And there's a bodily reaction, right? So I'm actually looking at this bug and he gets shocked that I caught him. So he's the whole exoskeleton kind of creates a wave and reacts wow. And from almost like a rounder figure, it turns almost into ovalish. And this thing is crazy. It's like a proper, if you could see an insect in an X-ray machine with all the skeletals, right? How would you see it? So I could see the reaction of the bones. I said, you are not going to attack me again, my friend. And to this, it slowly fades away, like it's going further and the lights are getting lighter. The exoskeleton is getting less visible to me in my vision in this dream. And then I wake up and I am like, what the fucking living hell is going on right now? I cannot believe this shit is going on. This is fucking crazy. Now you tell me, does this look like a sickness to you? Does this look like, guys, I was sick? This whole encounter of things that I'm telling you from step to step, everything else, does it look like I'm sick? I don't know, because to me it doesn't look like I'm sick, guys. I'm trying to be given a fucking brain stroke. Or some program is completely trying to take me over. So maybe tomorrow, if it was successful, which it wasn't, maybe you would still see me, but I would not be me. I would be somebody else. That's the question. Because I mean, if these people had to shoot me with that thing they shot me 2 months ago, they could have killed me. So the program likes my design and hates me at the same time. Like, how does this individual be able to do the kind of things he does every day, day to day in his life? And hence, I was chosen as the subject of an experiment. Anyways, I wake up on my bed. My head is now paining again after I told the creature to go away. I'm in this pain. I'm like, holy fuck. Just sat on the bed. Let the fucking headache go by. I said, I'm going to just sit down right away or lie down, you know. Went to the bathroom. Much better this time. Maybe it would have not been that good if I had to fight it again. Because while all this is happening, I am losing a lot of energy. I tell you, I'm being sucked dry. My whole body is being sucked dry. My fucking blood is being used. Because I am just being abused. I've been through mental abuse. And this was like rape. This is literally rape. Digital fucking mental rape. That was what I was put through. Wash my face. Go back to my bed. Cool down again. Head is still paining. Head is throbbing. Ringing. Paining. Everything. And every time it's ringing, I start hearing every sound in the fucking universe, man. It's like pain with lot of noise. And it's simply because all my fucking X factor in my brain is scattered. My neural pathways are blocked. I'm feeling like pumping. I feel like 1,000 parts of my brain are like having small pumping like that. That's how crazy it is. I go to sleep again. And guess what again? Third time. This shit is a bit different again though. And yes, I literally, on the morning of Sunday, 29th of June, experienced crazy shit, guys. I experienced 3 strokes. But were they strokes? Or what was all this shit? Let me tell you the third event. The third event is me waking up screaming. And all this has happened in a matter of 3 hours, by the way, since it started, not more. Because I slept at after 2. I don't know what time, but when I dozed off finally, really trying to push myself, it might have been 2:30. So between 2:30 and fucking 5:30, I experienced all these experiences. So I wake up screaming, ah! And this time I don't wake up in my dream or in my sleep. I just wake up in reality, people. And I see my left hand in the air. I'm lying down, but my hand is in the air. Yeah? And it's trying to close. But my inner force, my strength, my spirit, my dragon spirit tells me that you do not have to allow it to close. And with all might, I screamed even more loudly and I did, ah! And I opened my hand. And as I did that, I felt a shockwave in my fucking room, something. It was crazy. But the whole idea was, my life force, my inner life force is telling me, Rahul, you cannot let your hands close. And they were closing. I don't know, man. Was that shit? Was the nanobot trying to put me into paralysis again? Was it trying to make me have a seizure so it could continue now? So maybe it was before trying to put me in shock or a seizure, then it could commit to what it was actually programmed to come to me to do. And I won. I won this battle. But it fucking sucked the living hell out of me, man. That whole day the hand felt weird. Anyways, I woke up, I said, fuck this sleeping bullshit. I'm not sleeping no more. I've had it with this motherfucker. Whatever the fuck he is, right? I go to my bathroom, I look at my eyes. Oh my God. Now, all the days, if now you go back to, I'll tell you something crazy now. You go back to now all the days of when this started from Wednesday right until Sunday morning where I got these strokes, yeah? If you go back to Wednesday, if I take into account everything that's happening, it's like this stuff, the fucking microchip that has been installed in me has a program, but still needs an alien visiting my body. And it can then use the alien to fuck me. And the alien was the bacterial infection or whatever the fuck I'd got. Because it cannot work. This fucking stupid device is useless. It needed a real life organism from the real world to be able to do what it does. And if you all know, we all are producing a bit of electricity up here every moment. While we are here, we fire photons and neutrons, right? We create these atoms, right? But there's a part of the human brain where we create a pulse, electrical signal, a natural electric signal. Some animals are able to use this signal even more than humans. That's why they can even create their own light, like under the ocean. In the deep ocean where that creature lives, it can create its own light from its body. So we produce electricity. So the chip needed a host to work with it. It rather needed a partner so it could fuck me, the host, so it could control me. So all these days it sat there lodged in my skull waiting for me to get some alien visiting my body. And when that alien did visit the body, they signed a treaty. And the treaty was, whatever they signed was to fuck me. So it started running its processes on Wednesday last week. And every day got worse. And worse still, we reached the climax of the story, as I told you. Yeah. Saturday now, I wake up. I'm still now in the worst pain of my life. I'm here and I'm miserable and I'm like, what do I do? Right? I can just trust in my spirit. That's what I can do. But I said, is this thing gonna come back for me tonight again? And I'm gonna fucking face this shit every night again? There is no way. But I've got it. And my defenses are high right now. But I do not have the energy. I do not have the energy, the bodily energy. I'm even sick. And then I told myself, even on Monday, I am not fucking touching those medicines. I ain't touching that fucking 5-day course. I've done 1.5 days of that fucking shit course. I'm fucking done. I'm going to fight this thing myself with my own brain power. And then at the same time, I start thinking about things. And I'm like, I have to fucking fight this shit over the next few days. I am going to smoke weed. If this is the way I'm going to fucking die because some motherfuckers have attacked me with some fucking shit program, I'm going to do it with weed. And of course, once I start thinking, one thing connects to two things, and some angel brings me weed. Fucking some good weed, strong weed, very nice stuff. And Sunday evening at 5 o'clock, after waking up from this encounter, spending the whole day, at 5 o'clock I smoked a joint. I smoked a 1 puff, 2 puffs, 3 puffs, cool. After 15 minutes, people, I was feeling great. Not was I only feeling great, the headache had gone away. It's like this whole wall started collapsing around my head. All the fogginess started disappearing. I just started feeling good. I started feeling so good. I'm not kidding, man. And what was very funny is I was eating food. I'm doing everything. I feel finished. I feel like I'm losing this war, this battle I'm fighting. I felt that I'm losing. But I smoked that puff of weed. Not only did the headache go away and I started feeling better and even the body pain left me, I just almost felt normal. And then when I went and tried to even eat food, now I can eat food nicely. I felt like I actually ate a whole steak by smoking a puff of weed. Smoke. Literally smoke saved me. Wake up Monday, spend Monday all day, getting much better, feeling much better than before. Not as good, still fucked. I can't really taste things so nicely. I'd stopped eating the medicines, so the funny thing is I was still getting metal taste in my mouth a day later of stopping the medicines. So I'm like, that's not the medicines. My breath, still recovering. Tuesday, a little better. Yeah. Tuesday night now. And this is where I close my story because this is the last bit. And then I can see, for now you can see me. I've already recovered. My eyes are okay. My brain is healing very fast. Here is still okay. Here it's taking time. My subconscious is under hefty repair. But it's recuperating and it's bouncing back real quick because I can feel access to my subconscious. I can feel the back of my mind. I can feel my hindsight being restored at the moment. But here the damage is severe, so it's taking a bit more time. Going back to Tuesday night. Now this is Tuesday night, and if you see Tuesday night, it's the 1st of July. I'm in particularly a little better state. I feel my breathing is coming back a little bit. I can smell things a little more and not just smelling metal and tasting metal. So on Tuesday night when I slept is now a second episode of things that happened. And on Tuesday night I woke up 5 times on Tuesday night, sweating like profusely, sweating until I was just keeping a towel to wipe myself. I wake up the first bout sweating. I feel I was going round and round and round inside the tube. Yeah. And I knew this was happening, but I didn't want to wake myself up from it. Until I know I reached a certain point in this state of being where I'm going through an intergalactic tube, like a whirlpool going round, my whole body becoming like chewing gum, like a string, being stretched into space-time, right? And I'm in this tube, and when I wake up, there is not a pain in my head but there is this static. It's a static all across my skull. I'm sweating like a pig, and I feel miserable but good at the same time. Like I'm going through some very, very, very crazy kind of a atomic repair sequence. Yeah. Wipe myself, feeling ill, feeling very ill, put myself to sleep, and this recurred 4 more times through the night, where I woke up, and mind you, it is cold nowadays where I am. It's so cold. It's winter. I can't be waking up sweating. Yeah. So this is not seen the bug again, but crazy news. That was how that event ended Wednesday morning. So the whole of Wednesday morning, these waves I was going through. Yeah. And I think it consisted of a lot of repair, but it also consisted of a lot of strengthening being sent to my body, I think, from somewhere. Friday was also nice again. I did feel like a lot of repair going on inside my brain, a lot of healing. I do feel a part of this healing is happening from an exterior source that is actually sending me healing from outside my brain, through my brain, but from another dimension. I'm being healed. Craziest thing, people, even after I told a lot of people, okay, I'll go get a CT scan, I'll go see a doctor, I've not done anything. I've not yet seen a doctor, I've not done a CT scan, I've not taken any medicine. I've just been healing myself by myself through these days, from the event of last Sunday until we have already even arrived this Sunday. This week has gone so fast. First it was so slow, and then it was quite fast. The past 3 days, my healing is just at dragon speed, and I really, really appreciate my blessings for this, because I really needed this healing. I was very worried about the amount of brain damage I've had. It is serious, but it's making a serious comeback. And I do believe this healing is happening because my third eye is open right now, but it's not working in the usual way where I use my third eye to work, where I seek and find and traverse in information. But it's like it's sending a light into my pineal gland, and my pineal gland is sending that light into my body, and that's how I'm healing. And it's crazy feeling. I know that is the feeling, and that is the truth, because I know that is exactly what is happening to me right now. To repair me at the at speed I'm being repaired, it's impossible. It's impossible. The bug lives inside me. He has taken some space and hidden himself in some wall, along pathways. In my brain, I'm gonna find the guy. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna own him. I'm gonna own him for what he has done to me. But who created this? Who the fuck is creating such fucked up shit? And this is my message to you. My message coming out and shouting is not me trying to seek no attention or help, or sympathy. I didn't come out for that. I came out to warn people that what I've gone through can happen to anybody, anytime. It's here. They have the technology and they're already choosing to attack people with it, and they victimize me. They fucking fail because I am bouncing back. I know who I am. I know who I am. And nobody can stop who I am. Even I cannot stop who I am. And that's the best part about it. That's the best feeling in the universe, that even I cannot stop who I am becoming. And that thought is so powerful. It's so beautiful. I believe everybody should experience it. And I am being stopped because the kind of information and data I want to share over the next months, the kind of things I wanted to expose, and I'm writing a lot about nowadays. Data and data and data, and expose and share with people is knowledge I'm finding through very deep internal journey. And this stupid motherfucking system fuckers, they think they can stop me, but they can't. Because this information is so powerful, it's so pure, yet it's absolute fucking carnage. And I'm gonna keep sharing, guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna let this stupid fucking bug motherfucker. He's inside me, but he's dormant right now. He needs ultra exterior bullshit. Yeah, so unless they send upgrades for him for future, who he is, I've already figured him out. He's not gonna attack me, but he's inside me, and that's a problem. There's a bug inside me. Yeah. And I'm gonna close this here, man. People can believe my fucking story if they have to. They don't have to believe my story if they have to. I've done my job. I put this information out there. I was abused, I was raped, and fucking by some fucking bug that was planted into me by some dystopian motherfuckers who have very advanced technology, and they've tried to use me as a target for this weapon. So you can believe my story, you can tell people my story, and you can share it. I can choose to laugh at me, I don't care. Because the best part about me is I know who I am. And I know who I'm becoming. And there's nothing as beautiful as that. Nobody can take it away from me. My mind travels with me across every world that I've been through till it brought me here. And it's going much further. This is a pit stop, man. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, like, out of all the fucking multiverses, I have to be put in this one. So I know I've come here for my tasks, and I know I'm going to go after my tasks are finished. And even if I go without my tasks being finished, there are other people who will continue these tasks. Yeah, because in a time on the age of lunacy, you're going to meet the most craziest motherfuckers like me too.